Hey, welcome to Praying and Playing. We're your hosts, Barrett and
McGill.
We're going to start this one off as we always do with a verse. The verse this week is Luke chapter 14, verse 11. It says, "For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." Kind of how I view this is, if you're prideful, then you don't want someone else to humble you. Like, you do the humbling yourself before the Lord, and He'll reward you, and you will be exalted through Him. And this has kind of been our verse for the whole team this week. We had Bible study yesterday, and we went over this, had a great talk with the guys, and that's kind of what I love about our team is that kids actually stay after practice, and they're willing to give up their time to be in the presence of the Lord and be with each other and build the brotherhood. And that's really what I get from this verse and how we've kind of built off this verse, and we're going into this week using this verse very well.
Really at the end of the day, it's just saying you can't just be all big-headed and just think everything's gonna come to you, just doing what you want to do. You have to stay with the Lord, and you have to have Him in your life to succeed with those things. And He's gonna bring you the things you need in life.
Yeah, and we don't have to worry about other people praising us when we have the only person that we need in our life being the Lord. And if we're praising Him, then it says right here, we'll be exalted if we humble ourselves. So, getting us started this week with the offensive player of the game is our quarterback, Kel Brakefield. He was 13 for 14 and threw for 240 yards. He's been playing really well for us. He's came in, been a great leader. He's been on here quite a bit.
Yeah,
he's had a lot of good games. He's our offensive player of the game this week, and he's been a dog for us going into every week. He's been kind of a foundation for us going into every week, someone we can trust every week. And Kel's our offensive player of the game this week.
And I think it was a big game. I think it was a big deal for him to have a big game this week, just because there's a lot of guys that would have looked at driving 2.5 hours to Tulsa to play a team that isn't as good as someone we might want to play, as somebody that might give us some competition. They weren't the best team we've played all year for sure, but he didn't take that as an opportunity to lay back and just take it easy and go with the flow. He went out there and he played a good game, and one of his better games probably, and just stepped up and really showed us who he could be.
And also with that, going with that, we have games where we can just run on people. I'm not saying we're all great, but there's some teams that are lower level, and we can run on them, and we just hand the ball off and we go score, and he really doesn't have to do a whole lot. He throws the ball 4 times and for 60 yards, and he still is patient, and he knows obviously we're going to use him when we absolutely have to, that's our offensive player of the game. And this week for defense, it was really the whole defense. We've had 3 shutout games in a row. Knock on wood that stays. We had a pick 6. We had a lot of tackle for losses.
We didn't quite have a pick.
Okay, yeah, we are.
It got called back
at the 1 yard line. We had a block in the back too, 1 yard line. But our whole defense has been playing great. So I guess that's why we gave it to our defense, because they
deserve it for sure. They've been playing their butts off every week. Every one of those guys out there, they've just been killing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's get into special teams player of the week. We had kind of a special guest on our special teams this week. We let old Big Harles get out there and kick a field goal.
Yeah,
he drilled it.
Let's talk about practice.
Yeah.
First of all, practice, I'm pretty sure he's missed one all year, and he's kicked one every week, maybe 3 every week.
Yeah, he kicks them multiple times a week.
Yeah. And, he has actually gotten way better at those since he started.
Oh, for sure.
And he went out there and nailed it, gave the old hand point.
And we let him know about it, too. We got hype. It was awesome. It was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, Harley Peters is our special teams of the week. And then big hit was I believe on the same kickoff, and it was Grady and Cash Pickett.
Yeah, they annihilated a dude.
Yeah, and I mean they gave it both of them because both of them are. Sinking.
Yeah, they like to go out there and hit people.
Yeah, both of them have they're pretty good hitters in every game, but they had special ones this week. Our big dog,
George Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
He was killing it this week. That's a dude too that you look at him, and he's there's not a whole lot of him, but he will get out there and work his butt off.
Mm-hmm. He's got a motor. His motor is crazy. He plays. I remember the Washington game. I was dying, and I look over at George, and he's dying too, or he's dying more than me, and he's just like dead. But yeah, no, he had a lot of tackles for loss. He played outstanding that game. He didn't take the night off just because it's like kind of how we were talking with Kel. Like when you drive that far and the team's not really a high level team, you kind of have a tendency to go through the motions and not really fully lock in. And our guys really took care of business.
And I think that's one of the reasons that we're at such a high level right now is we understand that we can't take a single game off. If we want to make it to that championship, then we have to take every week as if it was a state championship.
Yeah.
We have to look at every game and get the most out of every game and get better every game so that we're ready for that state.
And that's kind of how yesterday's practice was, we were going through it, and then kind of Coach Cole said something, and we realized, hey, man, we got to turn it on, because this week matters even to get us rolling in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
This week is a big week for us because this is what carries momentum into the playoffs, and that'll just keep rolling and rolling. And hopefully we can continue doing that every day and build on it. But
and I think there's a lot of guys looking at – or that could look at – I don't think there is anybody on our team, but I think there's people that would look at, we've already got those first two home games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it wouldn't matter if we won or lost this game. Nothing would change.
Yeah.
But we still – every one of our players wants to go out there and have another shutout.
Yeah.
There's teams out there that would go out there and not care and have a chance of getting beat, but all that does is make you look bad.
Yeah.
And so I think our guys know good enough that this game's just as important as any other one, so we got to go out there and take advantage of it and win it.
Well, I think the big thing is most of us have, we've been there, so, we understand how big it is going into the playoffs, how big it is to kind of dominate in this game so you can dominate in the next ones because it's so big on momentum and going into that. And our scout team player of the week, the one that we kind of put a light on, is Nate Woods.
Oh, yeah.
He makes the DBs better all week.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't take a playoff. He didn't take a playoff yesterday, and this is last week. He's always doing stuff. Yesterday, I think he blocked all day because they don't really throw the ball that much.
No.
He's just always getting us better every week, and he's going to be a dog for us.
And that's a guy I can speak on Nate just because I've got to live with him. Just him being a freshman, he wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the highest lifter out there. And so with my shoulder injury, I got to work in with him a lot, and I got to lift with him a lot. But that's a dude that no matter what he's lifting, he might not be the strongest out there, but he's gonna work as hard as anybody in there. He puts in the effort all the time, 100%. He doesn't take a lift off. He doesn't take a play off out on the field. He doesn't take any plays off anywhere. And that goes into the classroom, that goes out onto the field, that goes into the weight room, that goes into just his day-to-day life. He's just a good kid all around.
Yeah, and that's kind of how Sulphur's built. I know pretty much every kid I know from Sulphur, it's going to translate to when they're adults.
Oh, yeah.
They take everything serious. Everything they do is
for sure
is serious. So, that's all we have today for praying and playing. If you bow your heads for me, I'll close this in prayer. Lord, thank you for this day. I thank you for everything you've given us, and I just give you all the glory, honor, and praise in everything we do. Lord, I ask that you just help us take this verse that we learned today and apply it to our everyday life. And most importantly, glorify you on the field, Lord. Help nobody get injured in these coming games, and help us just praise you in every way we can, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And that's it for praying and playing.
We'll see you next week.